The Kingdom of Lern. Esteemed council members, thank you for your swift response to this urgent gathering. I trust you've all received the report.
Order in the court.
You're talking about the king's audacious overtures towards the Buddha and treaty nations?
Precisely, Councillor Branton.
And without our input, no less. The king disregards tradition just hours after his coronation.
A troubling sign indeed.
Just like his marshal, the Dowager. Strong in the arm, but weak in the head. This could be the end of Lern as we know it.
Let's not be so quick to despair, Branton. The king may not be as invincible as he seems. He may have the love of the people now, but he also has a stubborn will that could easily exhaust him and make him vulnerable. We must act as one. We will guide him if we can, or protect Lern from him if we must.
They seriously expect us to go through this?
Seems so.
The kiddie trial.
Typhonkratos must have wanted to prove a point.
It's degrading.
Ugh, it's nothing. Just keep your head down and get through it. You never know, we might get to kill something.
I am not interested in killing monsters.
Oh, come on. Not even a little bit?
Okay, maybe just one.
We survived 3 days and nights in the Chaos Fields against the wildest of creatures. Fail, and you will return as an Uwa. Like this one here. This thing entered the Chaos Fields and crawled out as worthless as the creatures they failed to slay.
You shouldn't treat him like that. It's not right.
Not right. If I were an Awa, I wouldn't have bothered returning. I'd have died fighting. At least it's some kind of honor. They deserve to be punished.
You can't really think that.
It only takes one loose stone to cause a landslide. The fact we kept them alive is mercy enough.
That is not mercy, Irht.
Let the image of this creature lying pitifully on the ground remind you how Lern treats those who fail. We will see how many of you heed the warning. Go! Begin your preparations. We leave at nightfall.
This is ridiculous.
It's tradition and purpose. The Chaos Fields are more than a test, Iskra. It was created as Lern's defense against the wildlands. The labyrinth traps wildland beasts for students to slay, and the structure keeps the blight at bay. It's not just about defending ourselves, it's also about defending Lern.
Are you afraid?
What? No, of course not.
Why?
This is child's play. I will barely break a sweat against the creatures, and I can sense the arcane anomalies in my...
Exactly.
Exactly what?
You are strong. You are capable. You will make a proud fan of Lern.
And
you never entered the Chaos Fields.
I faced plenty of challenges.
I believe you. I just mean, do you really believe your marshal would have let you die? As a child?
If I were an Awa? Yes. I guess your marshal never had to worry about that with a Dawn Touch ward.
I never thought about it that way.
I'm sorry, I didn't...
It's okay.
Let's, talk strategy.
Strategy?
When we go in, we'll be separated. We should find the place where our zones meet. That way we can rest easy and we won't be bored.
Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of the test?
What? Come on. If being smart is against the rules, then we are only testing stupidity.
You may be wiser than I thought. Okay, Sly Scroll. How do you suppose we find each other in the labyrinth?
I guess your little flourish with Master Heliokyna was a fluke. You are one of those strong in the arms, weak in the head types. What are the walls of the labyrinth?
Walls?
They're not made of brick or mortar, are they?
No, it's a caste. A spell.
Correct.
Which means...
In the heart of the chaos fields, all the labyrinth energy walls converge, so they can be powered by a single mage in the centre.
The whole thing is powered by one caster. That is insane.
Means we don't have to have a bunch of Lernian mages wasting their energy. But what that also means is that the centre, where all of the walls meet, is the only place where we can be absolutely sure we can be close enough to communicate. All the arcana that holds the labyrinth together converges at the centre so it can transfer energy across the entire structure. This energy creates a pulse, a heartbeat of magic, thrumming through the entire system. If you can tap into it, it can guide you to the source.
And we can do that?
Oh, we can. We already have magic and we know how it feels already. Not much use to the younglings, though.
And you just happen to know how to game this test.
My marshal taught me how all the trials work. Didn't yours?
No, he didn't.
I'm sure King Drakon was just confident in your abilities. I'm sure with his training, you could just knock down the walls and walk to the centre if you wanted.
There's more to it, though, right? The labyrinth design flaw.
Well...
The center where all the walls intersect. It's not just a hub of arcane confluence, it would be a switch. Being at the center would allow you to manipulate the energy flows of the entire labyrinth. It would be a game changer. Like being atop the highest tower during siege. You can see everything, understand the layout, control...
Maybe I misjudged you, Iskra Mornvale. Maybe it wasn't a fluke. It seems you're a sly scroll too. We wouldn't want to do that, though. Messing with the walls would get us flogged for sure.
What was it you said? If being smart is against the rules, then we are only testing stupidity.
There is smart and there is wisdom.
And getting caught is the difference, right?
Move it, scum!
Stick with me, Raina.
Look at him. Fresh meat.
Everyone here is...
Keep fucking moving, or have you on the fucking wheel.
Oh God, Rael, we can't. I won't survive here.
We won't break that easily. We keep our heads down and we wait for our moment.
Wait for your moment, will ya? First lesson's free. There isn't a word you can utter. There isn't a thought you can think that doesn't belong to us now. Give up any hope of escape. Your body, mind and spirit belongs to the kingdom of Lern. You! Pick up this filth and strip his clothes and jewellery. You animals better start getting used to sackcloth.
You will each enter the labyrinth one at a time. Once you enter, you must immediately follow the path, away from the point of entry into your designated zone. Once the student in front of you has entered, the energy walls of the labyrinth will shift, providing a new opening for you to enter. Any foolish attempt to remain at the outer perimeter or wait for a fellow student will result in the crushing and incineration of your cowardly body by the shifting walls. You have been warned. The procession will begin in age order.
Good luck. I'll see you at the center.
Iskra Dawn Touched. You are the first to enter. Begin.
Speed up, you little cunts. Get your slop down your necks and then get out on parade.
Raina, eat this. You need your strength.
What's the point, Rael?
Eat your slop, get your voice down, and do your work. The point is to stay alive, and to not end up on the fucking wheel.
What the hell is the wheel?
Be thankful you hadn't seen it yet. Small mercies.
Okay, inside. Let's figure out which way to go then. Come on, Labyrinth, talk to me. Which way does your energy flow? Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Okay, this way it is. This place is huge. Too big. Okay, let's go. Wait, the moon. Wasn't it to my left? How can I am walking in a straight line. How did okay. I can't be that bad. Can I? Yeah. Well, when in doubt, check nav. Back to you all. You and your heartbeat. Tell me I'm not going mad. Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Is that's so strange. Well, whoa. Let's keep this just between you and me, shall we? Drakon would never let me live down getting lost so easily. About turn! That's not an arcane anomaly. I knew I wasn't lost, but you need to keep that to yourself too, Labyrinth. I don't know what it's worse. Walking straight into one of those things twice, or losing my bearings. Well, at least it wasn't a deadly one. Right. Let's figure out how big this thing is. Wow. Now you're pretty. And just radiating power. I wonder what on Latari made you. Must have been one crazy experiment. The energy required must be massive. Well, I don't want to be rude, but you're in my way. I hope you don't mind if I dispel you. Shvalu! Shvalu. 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 What? That? Oh, you definitely keep that to yourself, Labyrinth. Yeah, it should have been more than enough to dispel you. Where are you drawing energy from? The Labyrinth? Can't be. There is already way too much arcana being used. But what else could it be? Well, you aren't going to tell me, are you, Mr. Anomaly? And you aren't going to get out of my way. Maybe I can squeeze past you. Just throw a little shield between me and the walls. Kulpia! Okay, see? Easy enough. But just in case, I should probably check with you again, shouldn't I, bro? Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Deacto breath. Deacto breath. I knew it. It doesn't add up. These energy patterns, they're immense. There has gotta be more. Or maybe if I follow the flow upstream instead. Deact. Oh crap. Of course you're going to ship now. Well, you're not what I was looking for. And so many of you. Looks like you've got me surrounded. This could be fun. Where was I? Oh, yes. Swimming upstream. Deact your breath. Deact your breath. Deact your breath. Deact your breath. One strong pause. But there is more. There are thousands.
Esteemed members of the Unholy Council, and my loyal subjects, I stand before you today to make an important announcement. An announcement which will put us on the path to a greater destiny. I have brokered a treaty of friendship with the new government of Vash, our neighbors to the west. This treaty shall ensure a cessation of all malign activities within their territory by all Lernians and their proxies. In exchange, we will receive favorable terms in trade for the precious resources their vast land offers.
Your Majesty, am I to understand that you brokered a treaty with a foreign nation in which we now have to pay for access to resources that we already control?
Do we control them, Guru? Are Lernian forces operating in Vash at the direction of the Unholy Council?
Of course not, Your Majesty. The Sunder of the West is simply a ceremonial title. Such a flagrant act would certainly provoke the entire Boudin Peace Council and have us in a state of war with every nation on the North Hub.
Which, of course, we should avoid, no?
Until the time is right. Indeed, Your Majesty. I must remind you that any treaty, especially one of this magnitude, must be ratified by the Unholy Council to hold any legal standing. To suggest otherwise would be a breach of our established procedures.
You are correct, Jurunadar. The treaty proposal must indeed be presented to the Council for ratification. However, I wish to remind all present that this proposal represents the desires of our people. Their hopes and dreams to live in a better world. To oppose it would be to ignore the will of our people, and the consequences of such opposition would be perilous.
The will of the people. Perhaps your advisors have misinformed you, Your Majesty. The people have Lern desire one thing above all else, a return to our ancestral homeland, to reclaim Imedu. This treaty weakens our hand in negotiations with our neighbors and delays our rightful claim.
Jurunadar. 250 years of exile. 200 years of crafting ourselves into the most formidable force of Latari. And yet, we are no closer to returning home than we were when we were exiled, all those long years ago. Has it crossed the mind of the Council that to succeed in this endeavor, that we might need to change tack? I believe
Order in the court.
Peace with our neighbors does not weaken our resolve. It
Order
strengthens it. It allows us to focus our efforts on returning to our homeland instead of incessantly repairing our defenses. Notice of this treaty decree has already been dispatched to the households of every Lernian citizen.
How embarrassing it would be for you, Your Majesty, if this treaty were not ratified.
Jurunadar, my sincerest apologies. It seems there was an administrative error with the decree notice. The decree was sent bearing your personal signature. I hope the retraction won't cause you too much personal embarrassment. After all, it would be unfortunate if it appeared that you had executed a complete about turn, wouldn't it?
Hey everyone, exciting news. We are rolling out the pilot episodes for a new tale, The Kingdom of Lern, showcasing the mysterious Lernians from the No Returniverse. So as we explore this fresh style and story, your feedback is crucial. It's all about refining our craft, with input from you before we fully dive in. We've got the first 6 episodes ready, each brimming with the No Returniverse charm, but with a unique twist. So, to share your thoughts, here's how. Use the text as link in the show notes for direct messages, super easy. Prefer to stay on Spotify? Why not just comment right there and we can keep it private. If that doesn't work for you, how about you jump into the lively discussion on the No Returniverse Discord via the link in the show notes. So, go on then, give the Lern episodes a listen and let us know what you really think. Whether you love or loathe the pilots, we're eager to hear from you. So, after each episode, remember this nudge and kick back and dive into the Kingdom of Lern. Can't wait to hear what you think.